Hey everybody, this is Scott Roth with the Bakersfield Jam. It is November 3rd. I'm back in Bakersfield, having traveled around the country basically this summer as we get ready for one of the most important days of our franchise here, the draft coming up on November 7th here at the Crystal Palace. Buck owns his own little palace he has here for country music. We'll be holding our draft out there. We're excited about that. Once again, I'm back in Bakersfield. And today we started going through the process as we continue to go through the names. There's over 220 players right now into the NBA DL pool. We're going through those, calling agents, contacting people with background checks, and trying to go through there and come up with our top 40 to 60 players as we get ready for the draft. Some of the better players won't be entering into this draft until after Wednesday, and we'll obviously have an update next weekend when we have our next podcast about actually who we've selected. We have the 5th pick. We should get a very good player there, an experienced player, hoping to get somebody that has some veteran leadership abilities, possibly an NBA, former NBA player, or a fringe NBA European player that has decided to stay with us. So I'm very excited about that pick. We're also here in the Jam office, and I'd like to introduce Vance. He was our TV broadcaster last year and now has come on board to work with the Jam in a bigger capacity. He'll also be doing some podcasts with me during the year, and so I wanted to make sure that everyone got familiar with his face as we move forward here. So I'm going to turn it over to Vance Palm.
Thanks, Coach. Nice to be on your podcast. It's a pleasure to first of all, to know you, Coach. We've gotten to know each other here pretty well over the last year, and these podcasts, great idea. You know, we put out the release a few weeks ago about Scott Gates Roth. That obviously caught some attention of a lot of the people in the internet world, so it's a pleasure to be in the podcast with you. Exciting times here. You probably can see right behind me, if I move a little bit, here is a rendering of our practice facility that's being built right out behind us, and Coach is probably going to talk about that as we go over the course of the season. But yeah, it's exciting times right now. My job, Vice President of Communications, I get the really cool job. I get to deal with all the media aspects of our team. I get to work with all of the local television, print, radio, internet individuals here in the community. Also, I'm in constant contact with the NBA office. So pretty cool stuff. I've been calling the games since the inception of the team in 2006, and as Coach Roth mentioned, they brought me in-house now. So it's really cool to learn all this from the ground up. You know, when you just come in and call the games, you show up at the arena a couple hours ahead of time, take some notes, TVs go on, you do it. Now I'm really learning a lot about what goes on, most notably what the coach is talking about, the draft coming up. We have had, in the first year, the expansion draft, an okay draft. Last year, I think it's well documented, we had a disastrous draft. And so now hey, Coach, this is black now. Completely black. Okay.
Well,
he is Gates Roth. He is Gates Roth.
This is live TV.
Exciting times. This Friday our draft is happening, and we have our pre-war war room in the back of our office over there, Coach Roth. Pretty soon I'm sure we'll show you that as we go. But pleasure to be on the podcast. Looking forward to having some good times. The big announcement I want to make to everybody is we have purchased the rights to BakersfieldJam.tv. BakersfieldJam.tv. Keep your eyes and your ears peeled about that. It'll be our own web TV station where you can go on and find everything about the team. We're going to have a lot of fun this year with our Jam Cam, and our podcast can be found there as well. So get ready for BakersfieldJam.tv. Sir, questions? What's going on?
Well, I'm back in here.
By the way, look at this shot back here. This is Adrian Dantley going to the hole against Kareem, Magic, AC Green, and Byron Scott. These are the shorts that Coach Roth and I wore in college, and he wore them in the NBA. Look at those socks, too, man.
And back in the day, those shorts actually fit me, but that's a whole nother deal. Once again, as we try to get this podcast up and running, Vance is going to be with us quite a bit. We're going to try to do the best we can to get some players and some coaches during the course of the year. Some other staff here with the Bakersfield Jam. We'll get our trainer. We'll get Dean Martin, our assistant coach, in here, so we'll get some other people involved.
What about Shanarian?
Well, we'll try to get Shanari in here. He's kind of a big head. I don't know if he'll fit in this little screen right
now. He might trip coming in the door, tape his ankle, he'll be out for 6 weeks.
Yeah, he has a Subway sandwich in his hand every day, too, so we'll work on getting him in here, but we plan on having some fun with this. Hope you'll enjoy the behind-the-scenes look of the Bakersfield Jam. Once again, if you have any questions, we're going to try to answer those during the course of the year. You can email me at sroth@bakersfieldjam.com. That's sroth@bakersfieldjam.com. Also, any comments, we'll try to have those live on here and kind of respond to you as we go. And we look forward to next weekend and giving you the update of the draft. It's an exciting time. We'll get our top 10 players in here from our draft, 7 other players from our tryouts, returning players, allocation players, and we're going to go to war in about 10 days with training camp and get ready to go. So we're excited. We'll have some fun with it. I'd like to thank Vance for being here.
It's going to be a good time, Coach.
And we'll sign off, and we'll see you next weekend. Thanks.
We got to get a sign off, though, eventually.
Okay.
We'll have to come up with our own.
We might have a little jingle or something.
Some kind of a deal.
Okay, we'll see y'all. Thanks.